Have you always wanted to visit paradise? Spend some time in a place where it feels like you're the only people on Earth because there's no one else for miles? Well, you don't have to be a rock star or a billionaire to visit the Kimberleys at the remote far north of Western Australia. The Kimberleys is over 420,000 square kilometres or 260,000 square miles. Just a small part of the state where I live, but it's 3 times the size of England or more than half the size of Texas. And while the Pearl Farm does have a helicopter, I chartered a plane instead to pick me up from the airstrip. Just after dawn, it was already a busy morning at the airstrip, so I had to wait for traffic before it was our turn to take off. Soon enough, we were winging our way over the Dampier Peninsula and out over King Sound, east into the rising sun. The tides up here are some of the highest in the world, 12 to 14 metres, which is where they get the name of king tides. Today, it's only 11 metres, but that was 5 hours ago. At the moment, it's on its way out, but it'll be right back up there after lunch. The colours of the Buccaneer Archipelago are incredible. Shades of turquoise and aqua waters surrounding Pindan and limestone rock with green mangroves growing in the white sand between. And it's surprising to see just how many heart-shaped islands there are when there are more than 1,000 islands in the whole archipelago. Valentine Island, Margaret Island, too many names for me to remember. It would take you weeks to visit them all. Eventually, we had to leave the islands and head inland, where what J. Felix calls the trippy riverbeds fascinated me just as much as they did him. I was so busy taking pictures of the rivers that I didn't realise we were coming up on Talbot Bay, and Horizontal Falls, the only waterfall of its kind in the world. It's actually 2 waterfalls formed by erosion of the 2 ridges alongside Talbot Bay. Those gaps are 9 metres and 24 metres apart respectively, and at their peak 10,000 litres per second roars through those narrow channels. It wouldn't be far off that now. One of the tour companies maintains a floating platform on the ocean side of the falls, where boats and seaplanes moor to give people a view from sea level. When the currents aren't as strong as they are today, they take tourists on jet boats through the falls to the shallow bays on the other side. However, much like J. Felix and Gaia Vass, Horizontal Falls was just the start of my day, and I don't have time to wait for the waters to calm for a jet boat ride. So after a few more passes, our plane circles around and heads back over the Buccaneer Archipelago, where my eyes are drawn to every hidden beach in the hope that I have time for a swim this morning before the beach vanishes at high tide. My target? East Beach at Cooljaman, where the rusty Pindan dust meets the white limestone sand. And sure enough, my pilot from King Leopold Air has me on the ground and well in time for a swim, because his next passengers are ready and waiting for what I'm sure will be another incredible flight. As for me, I'm going in.